Wow. Wow. A wonderful good night for all the persons that might be on near. And tonight, it's another special night. And I want to give a touch of a little song before anybody hear it. I don't want any listener to hear it. This is just a secret for me in my pre-talk. So I warm it up. Money on top of money name. Money on top of money. Money on top of money name. Alright. Because tonight we are going to be speaking to money on top of money. Make we hear it again. Yes. Money on top of money. They're in a little, in a couple millions. As it approach 8:30. Welcome Jody Chin. Welcome. Wow, it's Money Mark that has joined in. And we now need to bring him in. It's Money Mark. We are going to have a special intro. Tonight we are going to have a special intro for It's Money Mark.
Thank you, Delroy.
Listen, this is your intro. Listen. Money on top of money. Return a little in a couple minutes. How you do? It's Money Mark.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How is your day?
Why, my day has been great, because when I think about It's Money Mark and Know Your Money Matters, it's really money talking money.
Yes.
And tonight I want our interfam to get a good appreciation of when we come together to discuss money. It's no mean business. We have only half hour to do it, so we have to make the most of it.
That's right. What we're talking about tonight now, Delroy?
Are there opportunities that exist in the stock market still? Although COVID come, people say it crash, people say all sorts of things. So we want to know, opportunities are there, my friend?
Absolutely. Mailpax results came out today. And they're pretty good, but it just got published on the Jamaica Stock Exchange this evening.
Oh, okay. So did that send the price up, or the price remain the same?
It came out after the market. It came out after the market,
Okay.
But the results were a bit flat, which, some analysts may say to us that the results actually could have been better. They might have been expected to be better. But, to have some flat results in this market now is not that bad, as you and I know. I
agree, because if it had gone south, we'd say it was COVID. Now it remained flat. It simply means that they're going to be a good performing stock.
Exactly.
So, well, guys, we are not an investment group. We are financial awareness and let you understand about money. So
that's right. If you want investment advice, go to your broker.
Thank you very much. So, see, I don't need to tell it to them. But Mark, as we say, Jamil, a singer, money on top of money, right? So how Mark got started into coming to It's Money Mark?
Well, I think, Delroy, similar to your situation, it was an opportunity whereby really we wanted to be independent, talk about stocks, talk about the market, talk about exciting things. And the reality is that, when you're independent, it's a great thing. You can talk about, anything. For example, talking about making money, right? This company here, Grace Kennedy, for years, I wasn't bullish on them, A lot of persons weren't bullish on them. But you can now see Don Webby is back, and he's back in a big way. The results, the food is king now.
Yes.
And Grace Kennedy has come out with fantastic results. So what's nice now, with It's Money Mark, and Know Your Money Matters, is we can really, get out there, talk about the markets, talk about what's really happening. And the reality is that Grace Kennedy is back now in a big way.
Yes, big time. As a matter of fact, they are the only not cashless location that exists that opened last week down Harbour Street.
I saw that, but
Cashless.
what is that about now? Is that how do you think that's going to help them?
Well, I'm personally talking about digitization of money, going cashless. So they're giving person another opportunity to run with it. Nothing try, nothing. As a matter of fact, I went into NCB last week, Oxford Road, and they are without tellers. There's
Wow.
absolutely no tellers in the bank.
But how do you think Grace is going to roll it out to, you know, help their whole branch network? And I see they have a brand called GK1, but how do you see it working and, you know, getting up to their bottom line?
Well, I definitely would have to do a little bit more research on that, because it's going to be a pretty interesting story. Because just like how NCB gone cashless in a branch, now GK coming out cashless in a location, somebody is going to follow suit.
You like Grace's digital strategy? You think they're doing the right thing to focus on digital as well as more and more financial services, or you want to see them jump more back into the food market?
Well, it's a pretty diverse company, and it's a company that we can't lose off as a Jamaican company. So yes. I have no problem with their line of diversification right now, because one of my previous Insta family said you have to mix it up. You have to mix it up. So I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with them mixing it up. Yeah. So it should be doing something for even their share price. And as we are speaking about opportunities in the stock market, we are not saying, guys, go buy Grace, but we are just talking about the sheer raw fundamental. That's what we are talking about.
You get a feeling, you know, after a few years of stagnation, Grace feels better now. You know, I remember in 05, 06, Grace Kennedy was all the rage, you know, like a lot of these bellwether stocks. And the reality is you feel good about it. And their results, they just had great quarterly results, you know, for the last 3 months, 6 months. And you're getting a feeling, you know, although they had an article, you know, Sergey, that spoke about, you know, their Vienna sausage is doing very well, and their their Grace patty is doing very well. You feel a lot better about the business now, I would say, you know, to you know, just the John public out there.
Yes. All right. So and what is good? GE is the same. Okay. Well, Mark, we welcome visitors from Africa, from US, from Canada, from Jamaica. Wow. And we have GE is in the same position as Grace, where they're mixing it up and have a big diversified portfolio. So we're not only looking at the Jamaican market, but we are looking at just about stocks in general.
But, you know, when you look at GE and General Electric, you know, one of their problems was no continuity. You know, there was no business planning or continuity. You know, when Jack Welch left that company, General Electric, if you notice, GE went straight downhill, Sergey.
Yeah, they went south.
For many years. So now you're seeing whereby at Grace Kennedy, I mean, you're seeing some vice presidents being developed. You're seeing some young guns coming up. You know, there's a guy there, Stephen Whittingham, now, you know, head of digital transformation. So he's clearly coming up. I mean, is he in the leader driving seat to, you know, at the right time, you know, take over Don Webby's position, and then Don Webby would move up to chairman? You know, these are all the questions that shareholders, you know, are asking in the marketplace. And that's what we want to talk about.
Yes, the transition is really where companies, because we want tonight our Insta family, when they leave, they can look at some fundamentals and say, look here, this is the reason why I am going to my licensed broker and say, I would like you to tell me some more about this particular stock. That's what we want them to take away from us tonight.
Absolutely. And that's what we should talk about. You know, what stocks are you bullish on? I know your money matters. What stocks are you liking, Sergey, at the end of the day? Especially with COVID now, has it changed your perception of the stock market?
No. It's a beautiful place to be. I only wish I had some more money to put in there. And I can tell you, Fast Rich is one that I am looking for.
You feel bullish about Fosrich?
Yes, Fosrich, Genac, right? And you know, General Accident gone down the small island there to open another branch, another business,
That's
not a
right. They're
branch.
going. I think it's what Barbados and Trinidad are their big expansion plans.
All right, Mark, this one is for you. What recommendation would you give to newbies in the coming to the market?
Boy, that's a great comment. But you know, something I've lived by for a long period of time is buy what you're passionate about and buy what you love, and start there. You know, make sure the fundamentals are fantastic. But at the end of the day, you know, it all starts with, if you love. I mean, we always use similar examples, but if you love Grace Ketchup and you love, you know, some of their products, at the end of the day, see if it's a public listed company and you can buy it. I mean, DNG is no longer public, but in the days of Red Stripe, I mean, you know, if you had a family member who was drinking 3 Pepsis a day, then why not figure out who, at the end of the day, especially for the investment newbies, who owns the manufacturing company of Pepsi in Jamaica? So buy what you love. You know, I mean, your gut feeling is probably going to be sometimes more accurate than a professional in some cases, but you need a professional to guide you and to try and help you in terms of the fundamentals of the business and to give you advice.
1 second, Mark. Sean Biz, we have pinned the title. We are speaking about opportunities in the Jamaican stock market and any other market. We had mentioned GE in the US. So that's what we are on tonight about. And it is pinned in the title. Yeah? All right. By passion, by understanding. Fundamentals. Yes. Fundamentals is pretty much saying that, okay, the company has a good management, it have a strong brand, it have good earnings potential. Stuff like those are what we call the fundamentals. Just see the product, it have good market appeal. Stuff like those are pretty much what we call fundamentals. You hear the name, peer goodwill the company carry. Everybody speak good about the company.
Exactly.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Precisely. So if you look at Grace, let's say you love the Jack Mackerel at the end of the day. You know, you love the products they make, the ketchup, everything that they do. The point is, once you go through all of that and you look through all of that, go and talk to your stockbroker, your licensed financial advisor, as Sir Jay says. And, you know, he or she would tell you about the price to earnings ratio. You know, very big technical term used a lot in Jamaica globally, but they'll break it down for you. What is price to earnings ratio? What is PE ratio? What is price to book value? So you need to understand the fundamentals, but at the same time, start with your gut and, you know, what it is that you love.
All right, Mark, let me tell you something. We are going stock for stock. The DJs would say tune for tune. You asked me what I'm bullish on, I told you Fosrich. Give me one of yours.
Well, I want to know what fundamentals of Fosrich do you like? What do you like about Fosrich? Is it the expansion plans?
Then, and not only that, let me speak softly. I like the price that it is trading at even more than just the rest of fundamentals, because when I look at the price and the goodwill that Fosrich has built up,
yes,
I am satisfied for that, because guess what? The products, we are going so much more into building right now. If you go around Jamaica, just look around Jamaica, every inch of land is being developed on, which means that products is going to be going right there.
You think their PVC pipes and all their products that are there will be getting into the marketplace, whether it's housing or industrial infrastructure?
It will. They're a supplier just like somebody else, and I am sure they will get economies of scale, which is another fundamentals as we speak. They will get economies of scale from what is happening around them, right? And I think they will be able to go north. That price will go north for me. Again, our disclaimer is simple. We are not giving you investment advice. We are speaking about what we are looking at as to money expert, money on top of money.
Right. And I think, Delroy, when you ask the question, what I really like is, you know, I think if you came up with a COVID portfolio, right? I mean, we haven't seen something like that in the marketplace yet, even by an analyst or somebody. But if you think about it, I mean, Mailpack came out today late after the market session today. That's after the JSE stock exchange closed. Results a bit flat, but there's nothing wrong with that because we are a bit understanding it's COVID now. But the reality is in this pharmaceuticals, healthcare. I'll give you a couple of names. So healthcare in this pharma doing very well. People need
No, we're going
now.
We're going stock for stock. We're going stock for stock. So I want one, and you go through the fundamentals. Because at least our Insta family tonight must leave and say, oh,
what do you want to start with? You want to start with food, healthcare, or logistics? That's what I'm bullish on.
I'm not going in them sector by sector. So you say the pharmaceutical, and what's your reason behind that one?
Well, in this pharma surprised me. In this pharma, I thought would have done worse, but in this pharma outperformed, and clearly, despite COVID, it's not a business that's fallen off. Clearly, there's a lot of demand for their products and their results. There's a few related party entries in the balance sheet that were giving me, I wasn't comfortable with, as an investor. But at the end of the day, their revenues were strongly up. Their earnings per share were up. And clearly, there has been a lot of demand for their pharmaceutical. They're supposed to be in generic pharmaceuticals. So there's clearly a lot of demand for their products. And that seems like it will continue until December. And the key right now is finding companies who will still generate sales until December.
Cash flow. I just put it down to cash flow.
I like that, Sergey. Cash flow. I like that.
Well, I'm going to move to the next one then, because last week you had Mayberry.
The best football team, Manchester United, is a listed company. So people must remember that sometimes if you love something, you can get access to it. They must not be afraid.
Well,
and they won today again.
Well, you've gone all the way to the UK stock market. I bury Man United, and took up Tottenham. But I'm going to come back to that because I follow the coach.
Who is your team, Sergey?
Tottenham for right now. It used to be Man United.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right. Nice dividend payout. All right. Last week, I saw you on a program with the IPO King, which is Gary Peart of Mayberry.
Yes.
Now, I do not have the Mayberry general stock, but I have the MJE, right?
Which is the Mayberry Jamaican Equities, which is one of the better performing financial stocks this year.
Okay. So I have that one. No, I don't need to explain that one because they buy the basket of equities, and from that they diversify it off their balance sheet and for non-impairment purposes. Yeah, you want to add something back?
No, true, but what they do is they take a very activist approach, So although they might have 20, 30 stocks in MJE, what makes them a bit different than say a QWI investments, which is still getting battered and hammered, by the stock market. I think it's 70 cents or so. As I said, Q is at the end of the alphabet, right? So it might be something to look at as well. But the reality is with MJE, it's a very activist. Remember, Supreme Ventures makes up almost 50% or more, of the portfolio. And then you have big holdings in Derrimon, which I'm bullish on. I like Derrimon with what they're doing in food. And you have a few other big holdings, Caribbean producers, but that's the whole tourism risk. So the reality
QWI will rise, man. QWI will rise.
You feel good about QWI?
Yes,
do you feel the average Jamaican?
Jamaica is telling you.
Okay.
Jamaica is telling you that QWI will rise. Welcome, Jamaica. Yeah.
How do you feel about QWI, Delroy?
I don't have it in my portfolio. I have not even taken a look at it. You know why?
Do you feel better about it now than 3 months ago?
All right. One of the things that I have done, I put myself in a portfolio and I watch that portfolio. So I can tell you, for me, like the GenAC, proven, those are the things that I am that I have right now, not QW. I have not looked at it. it means that after tonight, I might need to pay some attention to it. So as we were going stock for stock, right?
Yes.
I now come in with Proven, and Proven needs no introduction to our Insta family right now. None. Right? Mark, it seems like they're going. Okay.
And they
right.
had fantastic results with the, you know, they had some big gains from Access Financial, but that's the business that they're in. They're in private equity, not just securities dealing.
And yes, they would be impacted somewhat by the COVID thing and the dividend and all of those things. But when you buy a solid company, they're going to go through waves and a little bips, and but they will maneuver. They will maneuver. They will maneuver. So I have no fear where they are coming from.
So you're buying, or you're bullish on Proven?
I'm holding Proven.
You're holding Proven. Okay, so you got in early. You got in early enough, in other words.
Not letting it go at all. It's one to definitely hold. As a matter of fact, guys, remember tonight we are looking on the opportunities that exist, or if any exist now in the stock market. Remember, you need to consult your licensed investment advisor at an investment brokerage houses.
And you have a good
Go ahead.
commentary, you know, about good management. You know, Proven does have very good management. And one thing to notice, they're one of the few brokerage houses now, or investment houses. I mean, Delroy, if we could do some data analytics on the brokerage houses who are doing lots of, you know, advertising, marketing, public relations, and then the ones that are keeping quiet. And what's interesting is Proven has not really been out there as much as they used to be, but they've had the best results.
Because that's what you call, they were built on solid ground. Solid ground.
They have a foundation.
Solid. Just think about the management that they had. Very solid. One of the funny thing about it, you know, Mark, is that as we are talking about the stocks, you see this painting behind me? Sometimes you look, it's three different images.
Show it to me. I want to see a little bit here. We have to go. Okay. 3
different images. Pick any one you want.
It's a very deep painting, Sergey.
No, the stock market is no different. You don't just run in. You go, you do your research, and you figure out where you want to go. And that's why we speak about the fundamentals. Because all stocks will look great. But if the market shake, some going to get a harder blow than some. So your investment advisor will be able to guide them as they go along.
How do you feel, Sergey, about diversification? You like the concept of diversification, or do you prefer being focused? You know, like when you look at the MJE versus a QWI investments, you like the idea of being focused or diversified?
For me, at this stage, it has to be some level of diversification. There's no if nor but about it. Diversification kind of protects you on the upside. You might not get a big gain. As a financial person, I can't run away from diversification because I will have a little bit of stock, bonds, and some US holding. That's pretty much it. Right there and then I am diversified. Evaluate your risk and goals.
Okay. So you're for diversification.
Definitely. No if not but about that.
And you see, this is a great example for your viewers. Sir J is for diversification. I am for focused investing. And this is good. You know, like our screen is split, and also our views are not exactly the same about investing. And this is why you have to talk to a financial professional. This is excellent with 2 totally different views on the stock market.
You know, Mark, during COVID, we said that there's a lot of opportunity. And as you said, the independence of coming on and doing what you want to do and speaking to not for diversification's sake, have a number of good companies in good sector. But that's diversifying, you know, Jamaics. having one to on more than one. That's typically what we are doing when you diversify. So that's why I could tell you. I said I am looking at Fosrich, Proven, MJE. I just name a few. Kingston Wharfs. I have that. So Mark and I was actually going stock for stock.
And Sergey, that's what's interesting. You see, those are your 4 picks or 5 picks, right? And Kingston Wharfs is doing excellent, double-digit growth. I mean, let's face it, we're importing a lot to Jamaica, we're exporting some, so it's a logistics play.
Is cash cow, baby, cash cow.
Yes. And what I tend to like is, or what I feel will do well, right? I mean, Mailpack came out, I mean, fair results, right? I mean, so, but in this pharma, should be interesting. I mean, Derrimon with food doing so well in the retail market, right? So you could really have an interesting portfolio. When you think about Derrimon, will the food industry consolidate? Is it going to be forced to consolidate as well with Derrimon trading? I mean, in this pharma. And then I'm not too bullish on the financial firms. I think they're going to get hit over the next 3 to 6 months, and the results are coming out this week. So by August 14th, 15th or so, we'll be getting some results over the next couple of days.
Yeah, but Mark, sorry, it's money, Mark. We have expectations, and as long as they don't, yes. Hold on. Jamaics. I'm going to stay with Jamaics, Liquor. Jamaics, we are ending in 7 minutes, but let me answer this. KWPE, it's high, man. But you need to remember, Jamaics, these things are relative, right?
Yes.
It value for money. You can't talk about high. It's relative. Because if you are getting something for Siboney is on the market and it's at what, 11 cents or some cents. Is that a good buy? I don't know if it's a good buy. I just know I'm not buying it, right? But I will take up my money and buy Grace, because I am sure, based on the fundamentals and the soundness of Grace management right now, I can feel comfortable going to sleep, right?
And
I can't do this.
But Sergey, do you feel better because Grace is now growing again? Does that make you feel better, or would you just buy a stock because it's a big brand, it's a big name, it's a big company, so you're just going to put 100,000 Jamaican into the company?
No, man, not because it's a big name, because a big name stock don't mean that it's going to give me the best dividend or give me the biggest price movement, right?
Right.
So
don't you want to see some growth in the earnings per share?
Huh?
Don't you want to see some growth in the earnings per share?
Yes. One of the stock that I have had from beginning is Supreme Ventures. That stock gives me cash flow on top of cash flow on top of cash flow on top of cash flow. But they're going to come under some competition,
I know, but I have a question for you. In the early years of Supreme Ventures, was it giving you headache on top of headache on top of headache when it had the stock price had fallen 30%, 40%? Those early years, I think that was whether it was 05 or 07 or so. But
yeah, but I never
know. But what was the learning? What did you learn from that experience?
For me, there was not another gambling company, so to speak, that was going to be behaving the way they were. So I had bought it for the long haul, because I actually had bought it for my daughter anyway. So I was in it for the long haul. So that is it. Sometimes you buy something, you have to stick with it.
So you were in a position where you're doing some estate planning, buy some stocks for your daughter, and you start with Supreme Ventures.
Supreme Ventures.
And what do you think about all of those investors who maybe bought it, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years ago and dumped the stock, and then now maybe the company needed a few additional years to grow, and now the company is doing extremely well. Is there any message for them, Sergey?
You see, each person that is investing, they have their own timeline or their time horizon. They know why they are buying. Why is it that they want to buy? Because you're going to invest on purposes. Is it dividend I want? Is it capital gains I want? Is it for retirement? Is it to school my children? Is it to draw down on it 5 years down the road and pay down on my house? There is so many different things that each person going to go through as to why they want to buy something. So it's not the same. And that's why every single stock have a buyer. There is no stock out there that don't have a buyer or seller. Every single one.
Right.
Because we are all not the same. So it's pretty much a diversified market. Average cost buying is what I would have done in that case. Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, at this point in time where the market price pushed down, if persons are clever enough then and speak with their broker, they would be more told, don't run out of the market. And I've done an ad.
You mean to do like your goals with their broker? You mean from the get-go?
Yes, yes. If your broker know your goal, then that is pretty much what will happen. Because the market will rise.
Oh, of course. Sometimes though, after we go through these issues, like 2008 or COVID now, it takes a long time for the whole Jamaica stock market to rebound. You think we're going to get, everybody talks about the V and the U or the L. You think we're going to get a quick rebound, or this is going to be a 2021, 2022 phenomenon?
From where I sit, as a matter of fact, my background, I have studied the Jamaican stock market for my master's. So looking at what I know, we're not going to have a quick rebound. We will not have a individual.
Are you Dr. JSE? Are you Dr. Joseph? Or
no, no, but it's money mark. Let me explain. Individual stock will go north, but not the entire market in the short run. But you will find the exceptional performance.
That's well said.
In different.
You're sounding like Ben Bernanke tonight, Delroy. I like that. You're sounding very, very good and positive on the market. But I wanted, what other picks, what other stocks you think will do well? I'm bullish on Derrimon. I'm bullish on Indus Pharma. Mailpack kind of surprised me on the downside this evening, but they're still holding their own. What else is Know Your Money Matters bullish on?
Well, for me, this is a little secret, but let me say it, because we are not giving investment advice, just bringing financial awareness. JSE. Yes. I have JSE. Yes.
That's the actual stock, JSE. A lot of people forget the actual stock is listed on the market.
It's pretty stable. And remember, everything will pass through. They are taking on more of the back office work through the JCSD and all of those things. So guess what? They will have income. Okay. They will have cash flow. So I have no problem with that one. They have not lost any.
You don't think the JSE PE ratio or price earnings ratio is a bit high right now, even though it's very tightly held?
I just spoke about relativity. Relative. So for me, based on what I'm looking at, it is not high. Relative to. Right? Relative to what their cash flow will be coming in at. Because that's it, we are buying with the anticipation that comes next week, next month. We will get some amount of gains either. And I have received my little dividend here and there from it.
Right.
So, no. So I am actually letting in. Oh, I have someone joining from Africa. All right. So, and yes, as a matter of fact, Mark, this is something that we have to touch on. The JSE has done, let me show you how the JSE but they now have J-Trade platform. What do you think going to happen now? It's going to provide another set of opportunity for trading.
A lot of people don't understand what is the J-Trade, Does that mean any person, any Jamaican can just jump on and start trading stocks?
Yes, but remember, you have to link with one of the brokerage houses.
Oh, so you still can't get disconnected yet. So it's not like a Robin Hood or something. You still have to
No. You are trading for yourself, but you are tied to a brokerage house, right? Because that's how it works. Because your account have to be funded and have to be funded through one of the houses just the same. Are your cash out and your cash
is it that they want to get your know your customer or your KYC? There still has to be some connectivity to the brick and mortar.
Definitely,
it's not fully electronic yet.
No, you still have to do. You still have to go through the licensed broker one way or the other. So you can't just stay overseas, dump some money, and no, you still have to go to one of the local brokers. And I think it is protecting our market for right now anyway. So I don't feel any way about it. But I'm just trying to show you why the JSE at this point is I give out my secret.
You're bullish.
And remember,
you're bullish on them because there'll be more traders, more accounts, more people investing in the market.
But I'm going to give you something, you know. Back then, when I did my research on the market, you have to buy stocks at minimum 100 units.
Yes,
the good thing, though,
that's true.
The good thing now with all the J trader, you can buy 1 unit. So if I'm one unit.
But
so
when you buy 1 unit, you know, it makes your fees. What about the fee structure though? Doesn't it make your fees more expensive if you keep just buying one or 10 units versus
the online trading fees are very minimal. No, the online trading fees are very minimal, right? And remember, you know, Mark, the important thing, you know, of even buying 1 share, you know, is that you go to an annual general meeting and you have a say, you know, you're a shareholder in that company, you know.
No, that's right. So, you're a minority shareholder and you've gotten started. A lot of people struggle just to get started with a investment account or like a brokerage account. No, you're absolutely right.
Yes. So if persons think they want to have a say at that AGM, just buy 1 share, man. Buy 1 share and go, and you have the votes.
So Delroy, stick into it. So you're bullish on Proven, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Mayberry Jamaica Equities. What is the 4th one you mentioned? Kingston Wharf, right?
Kingston Wharf. Okay. I have Kingston Wharf and Fosrich. So I give you 5.
So Fosrich, so 5, right? And it's interesting. You know, on the other hand, now I'm looking at Indus Pharma, Mailpack through in a little bit of a clinker, you know, late this evening, but we're still watching them. We're going to give them a blind, a little benefit of the doubt. And then, you know, we're looking at Derrimon, a few food companies, you know, on the local side. We mentioned Indus Pharma and the healthcare. We covered logistics. And we can almost model these portfolios and see how we do every 30 days from now. Well,
Jody Chin also like Kingston Wharf. So you see, I have company. You don't have any company yet. Nobody like yours.
and boy, Jamaica is giving us a rough time, eh?
Well,
everything you come out with, Jamaica is disagreeing with you.
But hold on.
This is why we have a stock market, you know.
But Jamaica, what are your stats, Jamaica? Let us find out what Jamaica have in his portfolio. All right, Jamaica is going to. All right.
But what's good is so you know you have 5 choices that Sir J likes. You know, I've given you about 3. I tend to be a little bit more focused, you know, in terms of, you know, then diversified. And what's fun is we can model them, Sir J, see how they're doing. You know, that's something that you don't see a lot in Jamaica is pick a portfolio and track it every 30 days from now and see how it's going.
Jamaica have Panjam, Wisinko, but Jamaica is like a search for them, man.
Yeah, you notice he just gives you 1 ticker symbol per you know, per type.
But Mark, you finally have company. You finally had company.
Boy, I'm telling you, it's like Dorval running on, you know, Cinderella story, Delroy. As long as somebody comes in at the end, you know, that's what's important.
Well, actually, you know, this Chatview, we actually have our co-host Mark from It's Money, Mark, and we actually over time because we went for half hour. Not telling all right now, haha. all right.
Come on, thank you for having me, and just remember, keep watching the best team in the world. You hear?
You know, we are going to retire Man United. You remember this? This was back in the days when Craven used to sponsor our National Premier League in Jamaica, and it retired. That's how we're going to retire Man United.
You're showing your young age, as they would say clearly. Okay? But thank you for having me. It has been fantastic. It's been a great use of time.
Well, Mark, you are the first male because when we conceptualize this whole know your money Chatview
remember live, get your viewers to buy what they love at the end of the day, whatever they love, whatever it is.
So the takeaway
as one of the principles from tonight.
The takeaway, buy what you love. But they don't have to buy what they can afford now because they can't even buy one unit. One
It's
unit
true. It's
make you
true.
a shareholder. So you
That
have
is
no
true.
problem.
Yeah.
So I'm going to suggest to you all, if you don't have your J Trader account, hook up with one of the investment houses. We will not call no name. They are in the directory, they are on the Jamaica Stock Exchange website. Go find them, speak to a broker, and you're on your way. Do some research before you get into the market. Don't just jump in the market. Understand the fundamentals of the market, and then you trade for yourself. In
I
the
like
meantime,
it. Preach.
buy
Preach.
what you love. Yes, Melissa. Mark obviously loves Grace Mackerel.
I,
But
I prefer Saltfish Rundown, but you have to love everything.
look, Kim Sampson, we're talking about serious investment here tonight, you know. And if he loves mackerel, it means that the share price for Grace will rise by the
I,
amount of mackerel he buys.
I think we're gonna have to do a food show follow up to this, Delroy, to make it it not just about stocks and investing, but we can do some food as well too.
Well, the funny thing about it, Mark, we have not touched on other business outside of stock. And we are a specialist in other business, Jamaican business, reviewing them. But guess what? We are definitely out of time. We're going to the final word. The final word, let me say back something to Jody. Because after researching this stock, please don't just blindly buy a stock
Yes.
because you love the product that they make. But all right, Jody, we will take you up on this another time because we are out of time. And we want to say, Mark, you're a great co-host. You're the first male to enter this Chatview. The first one.
Thank you. No, thank you very much for Know Your Money Matters having its money mark.
It's
I appreciate it.
money.
It's been great.
You're welcome, sir. Thanks everyone for joining us, both from Mark's side and my side. Money.
And Sergey, not to cut it, this is my first live, so you have to exit the chat first, you know.
Okay, sir. I am fine with that, my brother. All right, it makes sense. Pull back from what you put your money into. Okay. All right, we're definitely going to sign out with that one. Thanks, guys, for joining. Catch us next week.
Cool.
If you
Thanks,
want me to bring back Mark for next week, you can. I will bring him back because, you know, we cut our chat view from the 1 hour now to half hour, but we can't 45 minutes. We can't go anymore. Bye, guys. Bye. And this buy don't mean B-U-Y, it mean B-Y. Okay.
Thanks, Sergey. Good stuff.
Okay.